Bill Hixon is the godfather of North Florida surfing. If you started surfing here in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, you probably got your first board at Hixon Surf Shop. Bill grew up in Daytona and started surfing in 1957. On his first trip to California in 1961, he bought 4 surfboard kits for $57 each. After making the first board, he decided to just sell the other 3 kits and let his customers make their own. And that is how Bill Hixon got into the surf industry. In 1963, Bill drove boards up from Daytona and sold them out of his van in front of Pete's Bar. Bonsai Surf Shop was right across the street. A year later, in 1964, Lee Clyatt moved his bonsai shop around the corner and Hixon moved in, where he stayed for over 25 years and was the major influence on local surfing during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. In the 60s, Hansen was one of the biggest names in surfboards, and Hixon sold more than anyone. In 1969, it was Bing surfboards, so Bill rallied his team around that brand. A savvy businessman, Hixon always had the best team, just like Sunrise today. In the 70s, Bill brought in air hockey and foosball just to make his shop a hangout between surf sessions. Bill introduced Fluid Vision surfboards by Larry Minyard, local boards for local surfers, shaped by one of the area's biggest legends. At the onset of the 80s, Hixon recruited Mike McGuire and Tim New to breathe life back into the team, and the water weapons era was born. Bill helped start the Wave Masters Pro-Am, and the local competition scene was alive again. In 1990, Bill closed shop and moved to Philadelphia, where his wife Beth became a minister and Bill became a property appraiser for high-rises in New York City. A couple of years ago, Bill passed away too soon from cancer, survived by his son Jerry and daughter Tori, but leaving behind a legacy that will never perish.
Tim had gotten a surfboard. We'd order our Hansons, and they'd come in, and these were still longboard Hansons, so probably in '67 or '68. And I got a brand new board in the shipment, and Tim got a brand new board in shipment, and we were real excited about the boards. You know, we pulled them out of the boxes, and they were there. You know, and I started, boy, I tell you, I really like this board, and it was really pretty, and I was really stoked. And I said, the trouble with a new board is that you can't ever ride it very good at first because you're so afraid you're going to lose it and get a ding. And so I said, let's fix that right now. And I took my board and picked up a screwdriver that you'd use to put the fins in because they had the fin screws. And I took it and I stabbed it right through my brand new board, right through the decal. And I said, now I won't have to worry. And Tim's eyes got as big as saucers, and he grabbed his board and ran out of the store before he was afraid I was going to do that to his board. If I had to guess, I'd lay Water Weapons' name on Tim New. I think Tim probably came up with it. He was always messing around with graphics and coming up with neat logos and decals and stuff, and Water Weapons was one that I liked, but I think it was his idea. And the fact that at that point in time, it was real clear that Hixon's was the oldest surf shop that was still operating in Florida. We weren't the first surf shop in Florida, but by that time, there was nobody else that had been in business as long as we had. So it was literally Florida's oldest surf shop.
If Hixon is the godfather, then Tim New is the heart and soul of North Florida surfing. An absolute animal in the water and on land, he earned himself the nickname the Surf Beast. As a Fletcher football star in the mid-60s, his opponents would literally bounce off him onto their backs. He was Hixon's partner for decades, even opening his own shop, the Surf Beast, from '71 to '73, located where Aqua East now sits. In the summer of '73, he sold over 200 new and used boards in one weekend in a yard sale. His local brand was White Star Surfboards by Mike Holtzinger, the most advanced designs at the time. Even though Tim became a banker to provide for his family, he remained the driving force behind Hixon Surf Shop, always staying on top of the latest industry trends in board design and wetsuit technology, with annual trips to California. His brainchild, the Water Weapons surfboard, was the biggest thing in surfing during the 80s. His behind-the-scenes influence on North Florida surfing has led to the powerhouse that Jacksonville is now known for. Today, Tim enjoys retirement on his Harley with his wife, Teresa.